out past my coming position now.
Oh, and Joshua Pontello just put a wheel off. He's fallen right back now, so in the order is Pete third. Then Garwood, Chris Walsh done a great job there. He's moved up. Then you've got Pontello and then Aglin, who has got past Brendan Dine, and Aglin is on an absolute charge. I'll tell you what, it's all happening up the front. Joyce still holding Leanne's very odd bait. This is reminiscent of their great dice at the rally final. I mean, they just went at it for 29 laps.
They certainly did, mate. 48.594 Leanne Perry on the fastest lap. She's just sort of sitting in behind John Joyce at this stage and waiting for it. Looks like the 22 cart of Gary Biggs just pulled into the in-grid area section. Will take no further part. They come on. You can put them together on a piece of string, ladies and gentlemen. Leanne Perry says, I want this one. And Johnny Joyce says, yeah, no, this is what it was like down at Rally, and this is the sort of action, ladies and gentlemen, that you get every time you come to a CIK Formula race meeting, and that's the sort of action that we've been able to bring to you up here in Queensland with this fabulous 5-round series of racing for the Australian Championships here, and you're watching the best, and they're putting a performance on here that is nothing short of amazing, as Malcolm Heath sits a long way back, but in third position behind him. The 4 card of William Yallard, and then the 43 card of Chris Walton. The number 1 card, Nick Aglin, just giving someone away there as he works up into Rockland.
Yeah, well, Josh Pontello inside up the inside is Ferrier. We'll come back later in a minute, but Ferrier is just taking the lead from John Joyce down the end of the back straight as the Yarwood tries to likewise for Heath. So let's see, can Leanne Ferrier now put distance between herself and John Joyce? These two are the fiercest of rivals, but also very good friends. They do trust each other to race against each other. They proved that at Rally. They don't need a disadvantage. They'll race each other hard and fair and clean. And very, very exciting as Aglin had put his hand up because Pontello saw him up the inside, said, go for it, you're faster than me, I'm not going to try and fight you, and Aglin is on a charge. Obviously, the redheads have come down after being caught off with that accident over near Rockwood Corner.
4 laps left to run as they continue this great dice. The 20 card just getting together there with one of the boys as he comes off the 90 metre straight. But the first 2 down to the end of the 65 metre straight. Have a look at this young lady, ladies and gentlemen. And of course I'm talking about Leanne Ferrier in number 3. Girls, put your hand up and be counted. This girl has put it all onto you, and it says, come on girls, we can do it. As they go across past my coming position. Malcolm Heath and William Yallard is in 7 and 4 in 3rd and 4th position. John Joyce doesn't want to give the game away as they go down through the chain break corner this time, and they work across. But have a look at the gap that has been developed between 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and of course young Chris Walton in the 43 cart sitting back in 5th position at this stage as they finish here in the pre-final, ladies and gentlemen, is the grid positions that they will start in the 28 lap final still to come. They've got another 10 laps longer in the final than they have in this 18 lap pre-final, and it's still Ferrier from John Joyce in 2, then Malcolm Heath in 7, William Yallard in 4 is the next one down as they come to the end of the long straight. Chris Walton is next in 43. They come out of their section. Nick Aglin making a move forward. The 8 cart is the next one through. That's Joshua Pontello. And the 20 cart behind him, ladies and gentlemen, is Brendan Drive. The 41 cart Mark Bubble has done a great job starting off the rear of the grid and has now moved up into 9th position, ladies and gentlemen. Young Mark Bubble in the 91 cart. Even if he starts off 9th or 8th position in the final, he's in with a chance. As these two absolutely first-class drivers, Leanne Ferrier and John Joyce, work across to Rockwell once more.
Yeah, well, Ferrier has not been able to get away from Joyce, and this is what we saw at Rally. Joyce and Ferrier are just so equal in speed, and Ferrier still holding on very doggedly from John Joyce. As Heath, William Yallard put a back wheel nearly a foot in the air, coming down the end of the back straight there through the hairpin. So Nick Aglin is quite a big fast on Chris Walton. Could this be a change of 5th position there? But who cares? Up front it is Ferrier from Joyce. Again, they are fighting it out for the lead here as Yarwood is all over the back of Malcolm Heath. For the remember, only the top 6 get points.
That's right, there's 2 points to the advantage between 1 and 2, so that's why Leanne Ferrier is trying to work so hard, because in the point score after 2 rounds of racing, it's Nick Aglin with 90, it's John Joyce with 89, and it's Leanne Ferrier with 83. She's looking for every point she can get. Oh, it's Yarwood looking for an inside pass on Heath as they come on the break.
And Aglin just took 5th position from Chris Walton down the end of the back straight. He is simply flying, and he will, I have little doubt, he will catch Charlie Ramsey as It's the last lap. Heath and Yarwood. Merrier and Joyce for first and second.
Nick Anglin with a 48.571. Fastest in this one.
That's not a surprise at all. And it's good for him that his tyres are still holding up very well. I'll be able to do that sort of time in the at the end of the pre-final. Photos will count them.
Oh yeah, Joyce!
Joyce doesn't back in it. Fell back. But it's no Ferrier. Well, that happened. Joyce went down 100 brakes at the end of the 90-metre straight. Ran too wide and Ferrier snuck back underneath. It's going to be Ferrier and Joyce. Oh, Joyce tries to go around the outside. Couldn't do it. He tried a late break. Couldn't do it. Yarwood up the inside of Heath and he doesn't. So it's going to be Leanne Ferrier.
Second flag, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done. Leanne Ferrier from John Joyce. Then Yarwood has snatched third position from Malcolm Heath. Then, well, Heath's not very happy about it, but Nick Anglin will be there. Chris Walton, Josh Pontello, Brendan Guy has come good. Mark Mel was last, but then Peter Lawler and Tim Lake in the cart number 9 will also finish from Michael Cross.
Scott Hill, the next one home at this stage.
On pole position, well, what a surprise, Ryan Ledzinski, he only won all the races. So Ryan, on pole position from Jeremy Lohman, the current number 2. Then on row number 2, you have third Daryl Smith, our reigning national champion. Grid number 4, Richie McLeod, our fastest qualifier. Grid number 5, you've got Sandra Gotoli. Sitting next to him is Gary Dan. Then you've got Luke Van Dorn, the Queenslander from Matt Green. Grid 9, Lincoln Mitchell, who's had a bit of a shocker throughout the heats. Then Patrick Parry and Gus Van Velzen, Peter Lehane and Andrew Walmsley, none of whom have had good runs through the heats and are looking for a much better result in the finals.
They certainly have, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, just lock your seatbelts into place because this one will be explosive as they come up this time. And no start. Red light still indicated at the end of that short start finishing straight, so they'll get another lap before we get this one underway. Daryl Smith, a great position after 3. Consistency with our national title holder up in the grid position 3 for the pre-final. Remember, of course, that the position that they finish in this pre-final will determine the grid positions for the final. Don't forget also, please, the drivers who are involved with the fastest time trial presentation. It will take place at the completion of this pre-final for Formula A, and I'm talking about James Farquharson, Peter Jenkinson, John Bennett, Matthew Muller, Ryan Briscoe, Nick Anglin, and we'll pull Richard McLeod out of his car as soon as this pre-final is finished for the presentation for fastest time trial. Okay, they roll down the 165 metre straight, probably the slowest as they'll go in this, the pre-final here today, unless they get on the roll-up lap. And they run out of the extended S this time and work down. Let's have a look at it this time. Green line racing, and the 3 car gets Jeremy Lohman gets a great start as they go off to the top corner this time. First up, Jeremy Lohman in the lead at this stage with Richard McLeod in second position as they come through the chicane. 20 is Ryan Ledzinski. Behind them is Gary Dan in 5. Daryl Smith in 1. 7 is Luke Van Dorn. Then comes Lincoln Mitchell in the 2 car. Behind him is the number 6 car, ladies and gentlemen, of Lehane. Oh, inside. Oh, 2 of them get past. Do they? Yes, it looks like they do. McLeod's decided to throw the gauntlet down, has done so and moved up into first position as they come out of Rockler down the long straight. Ledzinski's followed him and has put Lehane in the 3 car back to third. Gary Dan in 5. As we look at it, we've got Daryl Smith, our current national title holder, and Mitchell Lincoln out at the exit section of the main 165 metre straight. Back to the leaders as they come out of Leo and Green as they come down this time, and it's now McLeod from Ledzinski and Jeremy Lohman in third place.
Richard McLeod's been given a 3-point start penalty, so he's now going to want to, well, he wants to win it now, and he'll certainly get third position on the grid. So effectively it's Ledzinski leading the race, but we'll call it as he's on the track. Richard McLeod from Ryan Ledzinski, Jeremy Lohman, then Gary Dan, and Luke Van Dorn. Go at Dan. A big move, and it came off. It ended up coming off. It looked a bit dicey there for a minute. But Van Dorn up into 4th position from Dan. Lehane having a go there, coming outside of Dan. Oh,
They come out, I think they'll come out of there all right. Yeah, they do, yeah, but yeah, I tell you what, it's great racing, and this is the Formula A third round of the championship for the national title here for 1996 with Gary Dan at this stage just in front, and he's sitting back in 4th or 5th position at this time. That's the action we're watching at this stage. Of course, we've got McLeod in 21, we've got Ledzinski in 20, we've got Jeremy Lohman in 3. Then comes the next one through behind that, and of course that is Luke Van Dorn. Okay, we get back to the action. We're having a little bit of a discussion up here in the control tower, ladies and gentlemen. You'd be surprised when we say up here in this control tower as they go down past me once more, and they'll come out in front of my view again. And Leo and Green this time, and it's McLeod in 21, it's Ledzinski in 20, Jeremy Lohman in 3 as he lifts the inside back wheel, going around chain brake. Luke Van Dorn nice and clean through in 7, Gary Dan in 5, Peter Lehane in 6, behind them it's Matt Green in 11 as they come out of there. 4 is Sandro Guatoli, and then comes Gus Van Wilson and the 8 car of Patrick Parry. They run up once more. The leader already through Rockler. They come down this time. Let's watch it. Let's see. Yep, it's young Ledzinski, I think you'll find, ladies and gentlemen, has taken the pass and moved up into 3rd position. The 20 car, Ryan Ledzinski wants to win all here at the 3rd round of the CIK Formula Australian Championship, has moved up past Richard McLeod in 21. 3, Lohman still sitting back there. Van Dorn looking pretty comfortable at this stage in the 7 car, sitting back in 4th position. They come out round and underneath Leo and Green. This time they work down past Buttercup, NZ, Holy and Platts, the electrical appliances signs, and through the chicane. They come around chain brake. They work across to the number 2. That's the tower over there. They come around the right hand and down the 90-metre straight. The first 3 on their way out towards Rockler at this time. They work up once more. No change as we have a break here for a second.
Yeah, Ryan Ledzinski doing a great job there. He didn't get the best of starts, but he's moved back through to the lead now, but he's got Richie McLeod not far off him. Then Jeremy Lohman, so it seems that the battle is going to be between these front 3 over the next 13 laps. Luke Van Dorn, he's chasing them. He's currently in 4th position. Gary Dan with PJ Lehane sitting right behind him. So it's Ledzinski into the chicane from McLeod. McLeod was very active in that go-kart. He's always a very physical driver. Picks it up, throws that go-kart around. Jeremy Lohman not far behind him. But Ledzinski at the end of the 90-metre straight. Still leading well. He's won every race so far. He wants to make it 5 from 5.
He wants to take out the state title. That's what he wants to do. He's not registered for the national championship, but he certainly wants to win the Queensland title up here. And at this stage, he's certainly doing everything right in that direction. They are about 0.3 of a second slower than the fastest time set at time trials yesterday morning. Ryan Ledzinski with a 48.794 as he steamrolls up past my coding position. Jeremy Lohman has just put in a 48.6. So you're still about 2/10 off the fastest time set yesterday morning by Richard McLeod. They work him through the chicane once more. Lohman on the charge, just put in the fastest time.
Lohman's certainly visibly closed up on McLeod just a little bit there. A couple of car lengths, but if he keeps putting those faster times in, he will close right up on Richie. Richie is one of the toughest fighters going round, and also a very technical driver. He's physical, but he's also very smart. Very clearly, he'll be sitting back conserving his tyres, his engine. He'll be looking at where he thinks he might be able to pass Ryan Ledzinski. I'll tell you what, he's going to catch him first, and Ryan is not going to give in very easily.
He's certainly not. There's about 2.5 to 3 kart lengths separating these first 2 as they come out onto the start finishing straight once more. A similar distance further back to the Jeremy Lohman kart, the number 3 kart, as they go off the end of the short straight just in front of me. Van Dorn is the next one through, Gary Dan in 5. Then comes Peter Lehane. Behind him is Sandro Guatoli in the number 4 kart as they continue this enthralling pre-final over 18 laps for the Formula A. Still fastest time, 48.621 by Jeremy Lohman as they work down this time. The first 3 off the end of the 90-metre straight. They come around the hairpin, work out towards Rockler once more, ladies and gentlemen. Van Dorn just out of the hairpin, as is Gary Dan, Peter Lehane in 6, and Sandro Guatoli in the number 4 kart. The 11 kart is the next one through, and of course that young fellow's name is Matt Green from up in North Queensland. The 3 leaders come down and they come out of the extended S. They work down past our common position once more. No changes. Oh yes, Ryan Latzinski's just put in a 5.95 lap. That's a 48.595 lap, ladies and gentlemen. They are getting closer to the fastest time set here in qualifying yesterday morning as Patrick Parry sits all over the back of Gus Van Pelsen as they go down past my coming position.
Latzinski responding to the challenge set down by Richie McLeod. He knows that he can't just cruise around there. Richie is going to be chasing him very, very tenaciously. He's not going to give in because remember Richie, a Queensland State Championship for him is all he really wants because Azuro and a Queensland company, he's their driver and he knows what that can do for sales for the go-karts that he helps build. But he's after Ryan Latzinski, a fellow Queenslander. We've got two Queenslanders and a Victorian leading the charge here. Then another Queenslander, a South Australian, CJ Lahane, the first of the New South Wales boys. The New South Wales boys not quite doing up to scratch here.
5.91, a faster lap again by young Ryan Latzinski. He's bringing the time down, 5.91 from 5.95. So he's just taken 4,000 off that. He's working on it, mate. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. He wants to open the gap up. He wants to be able to open up sufficient gap so that he can start to cruise a little bit and to be able to conserve his chassis and also his tyres, of course. Oh, Loman says thank you very much. And goes down past Richard McLeod like he's standing still halfway down the 165 metre straight. Moves up into second position. Jeremy Loman in second position. Now, Richard McLeod back into third place as they come up past my coming position once more. No change. Yep, Latzinski a 5.68. He's pulling the time down every lap. 5.68 this time. So he's getting close to the fastest time set in the time trial session here yesterday. I thought he was going to back off a little bit. He's going faster now that he's got clean air at the front.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows the quality of the two guys behind him, but it's also very good to see that not only can Ryan do the time, but he can do it consistently. 3 laps in a row in 48.5s. I mean, that is a hell of a performance. I mean, that's faster than he went in qualifying. That's nearly as fast as Richard McLeod went in qualifying. And Latzinski, his tyres are obviously in good condition, his engine's in good condition, he's obviously feeling good. So he's able to string those times together. McLeod, he was signalling with his pit crew there, whether he's having a good look at him, whether he's got a problem or whether he was telling him, don't worry, I've got it all under control, I'm just cruising, I'm not going to start ruining my equipment this quickly, because for him, all that counts is the final. All that matters to him is the final. He knows that grid 3 is as good as, well actually, it'll be a bit further back than grid 3, because he's got a 3-point penalty.
That's right, Van Dorn in 7 sitting back in 4th position at this time as they come out. Gary Dan in 5 behind them. We're watching the carts coming down the 90 metre straight. It's a great life, mate, it's a great life. They hang in there, boy, hang in there as they run up this time. Rottler's where we see the second group as the first 3 motor at some incredible rate down the 165 metre straight, and they work out through the S's this time. The extended S and work out onto the start finishing line this time. In behind them, as I said, there goes with 6 laps left to run, 12, yes. 8.18, they've finished 12. They've got 6 laps left to run. Van Dorn goes past me. Gary Dan goes past me at 5. Peter Lahane is the next one through. Then goes Sandro Guatoli as the first 2 go through chain break. Now, Richard McLeod through chain break as the next batch of 4 come down through the chicane and now through downshift through chain break. Our leader, young Ryan Latzinski, says, I'm going to stamp. Here's the stamp. I can stamp it. There it is. Right? As I knock me bloody Coca-Cola over. Don't worry about it. It's empty. And I'm looking for another one. That's what I'm looking for. He's stamped his authority on this Formula A racing here today. But of course, what you've got to contend with, ladies and gentlemen, this is only the pre-final. They've got 28 laps of final yet to come this afternoon. Will the tyres hold out? You'd be surprised how much slower these carts go when the tyres run out.
Richard McLeod, I don't know whether he's got a problem or whether he wants to save the equipment. As I said, the final's all that counts for him. Whether he wants to save it or whether he has got some small problem that he doesn't want to exacerbate by pushing the go-kart. He still seems to be circulating reasonably well, but he certainly dropped off the pace of Ryan Latzinski and Jeremy Loman. Loman may well be happy to settle for second. His main rival, Lincoln Mitchell, is sitting on the sidelines, so therefore he now has a lead in the championship as of now.
That's right. You see, of course, the difference with the CIK Formula racing, ladies and gentlemen, in comparison to local club racing, it's a case of, hey, there's only one race at the end of the weekend that counts. And you've got to set yourself up. You've got to conserve your equipment. You've got to look after your tyres. You've got to make sure that your driver's right for the last race. And of course, the last race is 28 laps. around this almost 1100 metre circuit here, and it's going to be a mind-bending experience for one of these boys who of course have been used to racing these lengths of races before, and of course as far as club racing is concerned, they've got 3 laps left to run. It's a big leap from club racing up to into the Formula A class of racing here as you're watching it here today. But they've got 28 laps still left to run, and they've still got 3 laps, so they've got a total of 31 laps. As a lot of club racers are aware of, you can come to a race meeting and have 4 heats of racing and get 8 laps. 4 heats of 32. You get 32 laps of racing all day, right? Over 4 heats of racing. Whereas they're talking about basically doing that in one race, the final. And the final only counts as Van Dorn now starts to get a shake-up from Gary Dan in 5. Oh, goes 2-wheel around the left hand at the top end of my commentary position. Gary Dan with plenty of rubber going down on there as he works down through the chicane. Watch him as he comes. Yep. Picks up the back wheel once more as Gus Van Velsen appears to be just rolling into the in-grid area. Up to the top. 2 laps left to run, ladies and gentlemen. Still the fastest time, 48.532. And of course, it's young Ryan, the alphabet man, Ryan Lodzinski, as he runs down to the end of the 165 metre straight once more. Jeremy Lohman is the next one through in the number 3 cut as they work out. And of course, Richard McLeod sitting in 3rd position at this stage in 21. But Van Dorn, the one with the front of the little freight train of 4 with Gary Dan working. Watch him as he comes through there. He picks that back left-hand tyre up off the ground as he works in there, and the cart just starts to kick a little bit as he comes out under Leo and Green Reply Limited. They work through the chicane. They come into both Van Dorn and Gary Dan, just lifting those back tyres as they go through the chain brake corner. They come out onto the 90 metre straight. Our leader already out of Rockler at the far side. They will get the last lap board this next time round, and Ryan Lodzinski certainly putting a great he put it all together as far as speed and everything was concerned down at Raleigh in the last session. A little bit of blow. No such thing as bad luck. Is there any such thing as bad luck in this sport, Eddie?
Well, yeah, there is such things as bad luck, but in the majority of cases, you do make your own luck. Makes his own luck and makes his own passing manoeuvre for a 4th position on Luke Van Dorn. So a great move there from Gary Dan. Van Dorn's not going to settle for that. He's just right on his tail into the chicane as we'll have Ryan Lodzinski coming round for his last lap.
You can see that he's back right off the pace. Jeremy Lohman starting to catch him up, but this is the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the McLeod cart, the 21 cart, also back right off. The other 3 would be still trying to get as close up to the front as possible. The first 2 or 3 have got their good positions for the final. Lodzinski, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Lodzinski wins the pre-final of Formula A here at the 3rd round of the CIK Formula Australian Championships here at Ipswich. Mate, that was great. Ryan Lodzinski from Jeremy Lohman, Richard McLeod, Gary Dan, Luke Van Dorn, Peter Lehane, Sandro Guardoli is the first 7. And we'll be back in a moment or 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about to go down and make the presentation for the fastest time. Your grid positions for the first 3 qualifying heats. So a very important situation as far as the format is concerned. And of course, all the boys that are registered as far as the series is concerned over the 5 rounds for the 1996 Australian titles will get an additional bonus 5 points for the fact that they've been able to get to the fastest time trial. So they'll get an additional 5 points. If these boys in this series can pull 1 or 2 fastest time trial sessions off, then of course they get 10 points or whatever it is additional, which makes a big difference. We'll be back in a moment. I got to stand here and not move because of all the metal around it. That's it, got it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call forward once again Bruce Sorensen, the president of the Ipswich Kart Club, to assist with the with the presentation. Put your hands together for Bruce Sorensen, ladies and gentlemen, and the fine effort that Ipswich have done for this weekend for the CIK series. Bruce, we'll just call these boys forward. First up, the fastest time trialer in the Junior National, the first of the support classes this weekend, young James Farquharson from Lismore. Mate, he put up a great performance this weekend and put the fastest time trial in with a 55.860. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, James Farquharson.
I'd like to thank Dad for bringing me, sorry. John Groves, the good cart and engine.
Okay, James Farquharson, ladies and gentlemen, fastest time trialer in Junior J. Clubman won the combined weight of 140, ladies and gentlemen, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to present to this young man who is the current Queensland state title holder in Clubman, young Peter Jenkinson, with a 53.020. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd just like to thank Greg Collier for the fast engine and Dad.
Okay, Peter Jenkinson, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest. The fastest. Stop, stand still, Jeff. Okay. The fastest in Risa Light, ladies and gentlemen, in the number 12 cart. This young man putting up a great performance all weekend and certainly put the fastest time down in Risa with a 51.961. Matthew Muller. Matthew.
I'd just like to thank Peter Hill, the Seals, for all that cards.
Okay, Matthew Muller, ladies and gentlemen, fastest in Risa Light. Risa Heavy with a 54.160. Put your hands together for these boys, ladies and gentlemen. John Bennett.
To thank Franco on PCR and Sandro, Scotty and Daniel for their help today. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're the three support classes. Stand still.
We have Bill
Okay.
Cranen to the Park for May area, please.
They're the three support classes, ladies and gentlemen, and those boys certainly, well, there's four because the Reese, of course, split light and heavy. The first of our CIK Formula CIK Formula classes, ladies and gentlemen, in Intercontinental A Junior, the current national title holder for Intercontinental A Junior, and I talk about with a 49.390. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Briscoe.
I'd like to thank CIG Cards, Vega Tyres, for all the work he does, Brian Lindsay for Fast Engine, MIR and everyone else.
Okay, Ryan Briscoe, ladies and gentlemen, a great young competitor and, as I said, national champion at this stage in that particular class. The next class, the fastest time trialer, the Intercontinental A, and that's the class that we saw just prior to the last pre-final. And a great performance from this young man. Is currently leading the series point score at this stage after the first two rounds for 1996 with a 48.313. Nick Agland. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to thank Spreader Carts, Mike Sully for an excellent chassis handling great this weekend. John Pizarro for his help and my father for putting in all the work, thanks.
Nick Agland, ladies and gentlemen. Last but certainly by no means least in the fastest time trial presentation here this afternoon, the Formula A, ladies and gentlemen, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to call this young man forward with a 48.426, fastest in Formula A, but here the third round of the Estonian titles for the CIK Formula, Richard McLeod.
Just like to thank Telstra White Pages, John McCleverty and the Zero Carts, Colin Sype for putting all the work in this weekend. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Richard McLeod, ladies and gentlemen. That completes, ladies and gentlemen, the presentation for the fastest time trial. I'd like to thank you for your attention in relation to that, and we'll get some photographs of all these boys, and then we'll get the finals, the one that counts here this weekend, of course. the finals for the Intercontinental A's and the Formula A's and all the support classes here this afternoon in this, the third round of the 1996. Okay. 1, 2, 3. CIK formula here for 1996 at Ipswich. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. The fastest time trial is here at Ipswich.